Hello everyone, and today we'll be comparing what I think are the two most realistic flight simulators on Roblox. That being Flight Master and Project Flight. Starting with the main menu. Only reason why I'm in Turbo Prop Flight Simulator is to do this intro. Here's the main menu for Flight Master. Pretty good. Pretty good for a flight sim on Roblox. Pretty good. And here is the menu for Flight Master. They are both good menus, but I've been playing Flight Master for longer, so I know I'm used to the Flight Master menu, so I'm gonna give the point to Flight Master here. So that's 1 point for Flight Master. Alright, I wrote down the score on a Cat, can you shush? Anyways, I wrote the score down on a piece of paper because I knew I was probably gonna forget the score, so I wrote down the score. Anyways, let's move on. Alright, just loading into the hang. Alright, aircraft selection. Starting with Project Flight. We got the A220, the A320, A330, and A350 that both cost Robux. We got the Boeing 727. No, sorry, Boeing 717. The Boeing 727. The Boeing 737. 757. 777. The 777 and 787 that also costs Robux. Metroliner free. Wait, hold on. Just gonna let the Metroliner free load in. The McDonnell Douglas MD-11. We got the Cessna Citation 2 that costs Robux. Cessna 150A. Bombard Q400. Fokker 100. Royal Air Force Systems, we got the Eurofighter Typhoon and the Hawk T1. Alright, so we got our aircraft selection. We have our A220, the A320, A330, and A350 that both cost Robux. We got our beautiful Boeing 717, 727, 737, 757, 777 and 787 that both cost Robux. We got the Metroliner free, classic McDonnell Douglas MD-11, Cessna Citation free, and Cessna 150A Q400/-8, Fokker 100, Eurofighter Typhoon, Hawk T1, TBM 900, Baron G58, and the Piper M35. Let me just count up all the aircraft real quick. So I counted all the aircraft, and if I'm correct, Project Flight has 21 different aircraft. Moving on to Flight Master. Here we are in Flight Master, so We got our classic 737, the brand new A320neo, my favorite Airbus plane, the A350, our Boeing 777, E175, Twin Otter, Cirrus Vision Jet, and the Beechcraft Bonza. Let me count the aircraft. One. Oh. Forgot to pause. So, I counted all the aircraft, and Flight Master comes in with 8 aircraft. Not as much as Project Flight, so that is a 1 point for the Project Flight. Alright. Both flight sims are tied. Now, airlines. Starting with Flight Master, because we're here. We're using the A350. So, we got Emirates, Qantar, Scandinavian, Swiss. Ooh, I love that Swiss livery. Your classic German airline, Lufthansa, Air France, Turkish Airlines, Cathay Pacific, Ethiopian, South African, Fiji, Iberia, Philippine, Qantar One World, and Air Mauritius. So I counted the airlines, and if I am correct, I believe the A350 in Flight Master has 15 different airlines. Let's move on to Project Flight. Alright. Let's go with 757. See what airlines, how many airlines Project Flight has. So we're using our, oh. I have to select the engine type? No. We have to move on to airlines. So we got WestJet, United, DHL, TUI, LTU, Royal New Zealand Air Force, República Argentina, NASA, LA Compania. I butchered that. Another United Airlines livery. This time just a different livery. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. We got regular Jet 2. Regular Jet 2. US Airways. Iceland Air. Iberia. FedEx Express. EasyJet. Giving it a second to load. There we go. Yes, EasyJet used to... For people who live under a rock and didn't know, EasyJet used to operate Boeing aircraft before operating only Airbus. Anyways, ELAL. Another DHL. Cargo Jet. British Airways 1973 to 1974. Modern British Airways. Boeing 757. Oh, this is the house livery. Azar Air. Azerbaijan. Still cannot pronounce that airline. Jet. Okay, we're back in with the 757. Alright. We got Aberdeen Airlines. RIP to all the people who died on that flight back in 2024 during Christmas. We got Mirajet International, American Airlines, ugly new livery, Air Transit Retro, modern Air Transit, I think, Air Baltic, Air Astana, Air Santo Domingo, Avini, I can't pronounce that, DHL Tusk. How many DHL airlines are there in the world? Same airline Columbia, DHL Austria, Iceland Air, Northern Lights livery, love that livery, Samteria's Purse, yes, my favorite American Airlines livery, nice and retro, another American Airlines livery, this time One World livery, National Air, Iceland Air Cargo, Allegiant, which is pretty much a knockoff Jet 2, Eastern Air, Air Greenland, Fly LAL, and Yiti Airlines. Alright, let me count how many airlines the 757 has. Project Flight comes in with a whopping 47 different airlines for the Boeing 757. So, Project Flight gets another point. Alright, 2-1. Not looking good for Flight Master. Alright, now we'll select an airline and... Hold on, let me just find it really quick. Where is it? Give me a moment. Because Iceland Air retired this livery, we're gonna use it. Alright, airports. So we got this airport, Punta Cana, Lancaria. This airport, RAF, Paphos, Saibo, London Gatwick, Anton Simon, Gran Canaria, Kaitilia, Menorca, and Southampton, which I cannot go to for some reason. Counting the airport. So before I got disconnected, I think Project Flight has 13 different airports. So keep that in mind. Project Flight has 13 airports. Moving on to Flight Master. Alrighty, here we are in Flight Master. So we got Doha Hamad Airport, Linden Pindiling Airport, Princess Julia, aka St. Martin, Classic, Hamilton, Ireland, Saba, and El Esperance Airport. Definitely butchered that. Counting the airports. We only have Flight Master, only 6 airports. So, Project Flight gets another point. 3-1. Flight Master, this is not looking good for you. Alright. Now, how long will the flight take? Okay, so I got disconnected, but I'm loading back in. So, we're gonna see how long a flight takes in, Flight Master. Then, we'll move on to, Project Flight. Why are all the gates occupied? Why are all the gates occupied? It's always B4 I have to go to. And my wingspan is way longer than this terminal. Anyways, I am loading the stopwatch timer on my tablet. So now we'll see how long this flight will take. Alright, Alright, here we are. Starting the stopwatch. Engines turning on. Push back. Alright, we're 12 seconds in on the stopwatch. Oh, having a little bit of problems, but that's okay. Engines. Come on. Go forwards, plane, go forwards. Go forwards. Thank you. Now, if you know me, I'm not the best at landing in this game. So, yeah, we're gonna have to see how well this is gonna go. I had to turn the sound off because of the main menu music in Project Flight, and I really did not want this video to get copywritten. And I'm pretty sure no one likes copyright, especially for us YouTubers. Everybody's using the new A320 because new is playing in the game. But because the A350 has more stronger engines, we are much faster than the A320. Take that, A320. And this is why the A350 is just my favorite plane. It's just like very beautiful in design. But the A350 without its iconic black mask on the wing cockpit windows, you know what that makes? A350 but no black mask. That makes the Boeing 787. Okay. Oh wow, taxiing took us 2 minutes just to get to the runway. And we still have the whole entire flight in front of us. Well, time to make up for lost time. I don't really know what's happening. We're like increasing speed, but also decreasing speed, as you see on the speed indicator, which I don't really get how. I just hope we can take off before we overrun. Good thing this runway is pretty long. Come on, A350, take off. And somehow I did a bar landing, even though we were taking off. I think I did a little bit of a tail strike during that takeoff. but oh well. Anyways, we are 3 minutes. 3 minutes after taking off. Well, 3 minutes during takeoff. Now we have to fly to our airport we're going to. Which I'm gonna have to line up with the runway. Level it out, level it out, level it out. There we go. There we go. The Airbus A350 in the air. What variant do you think this is? Is this like the Dash 900, the Dash 1000? If I had to make a guess, I'm guessing this is the Dash 900. Oh, careful, don't want to stall it out. As we are now up to cruising altitude, still having the nose point up a little bit. But yeah, making our way to our destination. Oh wow, we're in 5 minutes into the flight on the stopwatch. So far, flight from the airport I just took off, Doha Airport, to Linden Pindeling Airport. It's only like a 5-minute flight, but we can't stop the stopwatch until we land. So I'm descending the plane right now. I'm just descending the plane right now, so we can get our landing. Also, slowing the plane down for landing. We're just nosediving as like if we had a complete engine failure. This is probably worrying the passengers a little bit, as we are losing as we're only at 500 feet, but no worries. We're now back up. Okay, I do see the runway lights. Just very off-center of the runway, that's all. But right now, we're 7 minutes right now into this. Hey game, can you load up the runways? Okay, we got flaps down. And apparently the A350 has Boeing callouts. Oh. Ugh. No, stay down. Nope, stay. Have to go around. And it's all because the stupid plane did not want to stay on the flipping ground. Now we have to go around, and that will make us get more time on the timer. But it's always that saying, you can always go around. Mother flopper. Okay, so I'm just gonna count when the plane landed, and that was like... So, time for the A350. That is, 8 minutes and 55 seconds. Alright, so, Flight Master, 8 minutes and 55 seconds. Alright, time for our flight and project flight. We are using the 757 Iceland Air Northern Lights livery. Confirm. Alright, loading in. Alright, let's see if project flight takes longer. Alright, I'm here in project flight with our Iceland Air 757 Northern Lights livery, Iceland Air Flight 522, and who is your captain? That would be Blot. Yes, the same Blot from Dandy's World. Well, anyways, starting timer. Alright, push back. Alright, pushback is enabled. 757, rolling back for take. Rolling back for pushback. Then we still have to taxi to the runway for our flight. Alright, pushback disabled. 40 seconds in to taxiing. Well, we got the engines up to 30% on the throttle. Okay, we're back. And our flight number is now different. It's flight 240B. Anyways, putting our throttle on. Taxiing now. Once these engines decide to start up. Okay, engines have started up. Reminding our timer. I still kept it at 58 seconds, just like how we were when we were originally taxiing. Taxiing to one way. If I'm even going the correct way, which I think I am. Alright. 1 minute in. Come on, turn. Yeah, that's a bad thing about with me and taxiing in this game. I always overshoot the turning on the runway. Wait, is this even the runway? I don't actually... No, it's not. Okay. I could be wrong, but I think we're on the runway, but I don't think we'll have enough time for our takeoff. I stand corrected. 757 has taken off. And the good thing about this flight sim, unlike Pilot Train Flight Sim, we got gear animation. Project Flight also has gear animation too. Let's head to Cyboat, because it looks pretty close. Alright. completely messed up on the taxiing part because I thought a taxiway was a runway, like that one Air Canada flight, but oh well, we all make mistakes. Even pilots make mistakes. I mean, that makes sense for me because, well, as a low ink mine, I never flew a plane before. Because, well, as we all know, there is no planes in Dandy's world. But literally, Project Flight is super realistic. It almost literally looks like you're flying real-life planes. I mean, that's pretty much what Flight Master is. Okay, we are back, and I did a median takeoff because I did not bother taxiing to the runway. Different flight path. London Gatwick to Southampton because literally, look how close Southampton is. Like, literally. It's super close. But because Southampton's super close, this is probably going to shorten down our the flight. And I think I already see a runway. But that's just me going crazy. Never mind. I'm not going crazy. That is a runway. How well is my landing skills? Can I land a 757 better than a 727 in Project Flight? Possibly not. Oof. Nope. We are in the air. Well. Come on. Now I have to do another go around. Oh, but we are banking. Steep.
130, watching, 10.
Well, we landed. Just not on the runway. And we are back in. Well, that landing was probably way worse than my 727 landing when I first made a video of this game. Oh. Hey, we buttered. We buttered, as you saw right there, when my nose gear went up, when my main landing gear went up and my nose gear went down, so we buttered. Give me a moment. Well, would you look at that? I went around again, and I took off, and I landed on the runway, so, pausing, and our time is 7 minutes and 43 seconds. Better get out of Delta's way. There you go, Delta. Out of your way. And to end off Project Flight, we've had a crash. We've had a crash. And our engines are officially at 0%. As I slide down the hill from Southampton Airport. Ooh, British Airways coming in. Are we gonna crash into the water? Yep. And, well, good to know I cannot do a water landing in this game. Okay. And we respawned on land. Well, let me just do something real quick. Well, because Flightmaster did not beat, because Project Flight did not beat Flightmaster's time, that means Flightmaster gets 2 points. And the official score is 2-3. And, well. So, coming in second place, Flightmaster with 2 points. Coming in with first place, Project Flight with 3 points. Well, found out that Project Flight is better than Flightmaster. Now you know.